Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Falk. As Alameda County's emergency ambulance provider, Falk is inspired by our paramedics and EMTs who care for all in Alameda County. It is Marvel Night in Oakland as the Roots and Loudoun United face off tonight. Michael Watring, Ricky Lopez Espin and our team with you tonight. Good to have you on board. Two teams that have surged from the depths of the table to get above the playoff line. And Oakland sits right now, despite the week off, despite the -9 goal differential, in third in the West and 6 points off the pace. But have to keep one eye in the rearview mirror with other teams starting to nip at their heels at this point in the season. Oakland, another matchup this year against a playoff side. They've played 16 matches against teams above the playoff line.
I think you look at this Oakland Roots side and Gavin Clinton, it starts in the back, conceding 25 times. Needs to be better in terms of your compactness at keeping everything in front of you. And result of that, Michael, now you let the players high up the field turn that 1 point into 3 points and express themselves to be the game changers that they are.
Our player warm-ups tonight are presented by UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital. Johnny Rodriguez has scored in 5 of the last 6 matches.
9 goals, 3 assists in this 2024 campaign. One of, if not the most underrated number 9 in all of the USL Championship. Has a very good feel, the types of runs that are needed inside that 18-yard box. I do think the question for Gavin Clinton and the Oakland Roots, what does the service look like into Johnny Rodriguez, and how good can he be in front of a goal?
Conversely for Loudoun, if you looked at the standings in May, you thought it was your typical Loudoun United side. The third fewest points in the entire league. They've never made the postseason, but they're unbeaten in 10 of their last 11.
You have to give credit to Ryan Martin pushing all the right buttons to get the best out of the individual, but also the collective being compact in their structure and having the confidence for players higher up the field to be those game changers and really be that confident team that this Loudoun United can be.
Loudoun has taken 22 points in the last 11 matches, so they're above the playoff line. But look at the congestion there is between 7 and 10. Only 2 of those 4 teams will make the postseason. And will it be Ryan Martin's side that knocked the door down for their first ever postseason berth? Loudoun has just 1 road win this season. Is tonight number 2. Does Oakland make it back-to-back victories? Find out when we come back. It's Oakland Roots and Loudoun United.
The only way to win is to do it together. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots have teamed up. We're leading the charge to address food insecurity, empowering all athletes to improve physical health, and expanding the health and wellness resources available to the residents of Oakland and the Bay Area. We're committed to continuing our work to improve the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates for electricity.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust to put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Tonight's match is presented in part by Anthem Blue Cross and by Modelo. Marvel Night here in Oakland, and the Oakland Roots in all blacks here tonight. Getting some pregame pictures with some lucky fans as we take a look at the Oakland starting 11. One big change to focus on: Paul Blanchette unavailable. congratulations to him welcoming his first child to the world. So it'll be Timothy Sorrell as the goalkeeper.
3-4-3 for Gavin Glinton. Hackshaw was going to start centrally, but we might see him pop up into that middle third to create a little bit of an overload. Rasmussen might pop off to the left-hand side, but it all comes down to that front three. Njai Rodriguez and Mafeka have the freedom to go and search the game as they see fit, as we transition into Loudoun United, and for Ryan Martin. 4-3-4, the way that they want to set up as well, but that front three, Zach Ryan, he's going to stay high. He's going to occupy the two center backs. You have Aua and Tinky. Their work rate on both sides of the ball needs to be very disciplined in terms of picking and choosing when they join the attack, but also when to drop down and do their defensive duties.
Since 2021, Loudoun has only won on the road 9 times in 61 matches. If they're to make the postseason this year, wins on the road will be imperative, as Greg Dopka is our center official tonight, his 7th game in the USL. He blows his whistle. It's Loudoun in the white, Oakland in the black, and for the 3rd time ever, it's the Roots and Loudoun United here at Pioneer Stadium. Good to have you on board tonight, Michael Watchrank, Ricky Lopez, Espen, and our team with you, watching this matchup here tonight between two sides that could have been written off in May. Oakland was sitting in 10th in the West. Loudoun was sitting 2nd from the bottom in the East. And both sides have been red hot, minus a little blip on the radar for Oakland, as the Roots now looking for back-to-back wins after those 2 matches where they gave up 5 goals apiece, while Loudoun unbeaten in 10 of the last 11. Here's Isaiah Johnston, one of the newest members of Loudoun, acquired on transfer June 28th. Johnston lines up the middle of the park. What are you looking for in this match between these two sides? It's teams that have given up a good chunk of goals this season. They've also been able to find some early success with the talent that they have in terms of their strikers.
I think this game is won and lost in the central part of this field. Who's going to impose their identity on the opposition? You look at this Oakland Roots side between Gomez and Camden Riley. They get on the ball. Result of that, now Linda Mafeka and Johnny Rodriguez have the freedom to make those dicey runs. On the other side for Loudoun, this side wants to be on the ball. They want to dictate tempo, home or away. It's exactly what Ryan Martin would like. How do you start this game? Did not start well enough against Miami, so that's going to be a top priority for the visiting side.
Be an interesting contrast tonight in the opening quarter hour. Loudoun have given up 9 goals in the first 14 minutes. Oakland have only scored 4 times in the opening 30. So what happens here at the outset of this matchup? It's Loudoun in possession, looking to pierce the back line of the Roots. Below, team leader with 4 assists this year. Now Hughes winds back. On his right sideline, it bounces, and the flag is up for offside. Looking at the standings for both the East and the West, Oakland sitting in 3rd right now. Loudoun entering the night right at the bottom of the playoff line, just above it. But there's so much action left that either of these two teams, as hard as they've worked to get back above a playoff line, to in the position that they've been in, could very easily see that slip away in a few weeks span with the way that things are trending. Becca. Orvalesh Ively. It's a turn here for Mbeka. No Dom Dwyer tonight for Oakland Roots either, after he started 2 weeks ago. So the veteran striker is out. As we take a look at tonight's injury report, brought to you by UCSF Health. Loudoun without the services. The big one there is Abukura, one of the team's leading goal scorers, and a side that has been very balanced in their goal-scoring presence.
I think also Drew Skundrich, as well as the big loss for Ryan Martin, covers a lot of ground. Both Johnston and McCabe The double pivots for Ryan Martin, the balance needs to be spot on. As one goes higher, the other one needs to provide coverage to deny the supply into Johnny Rodriguez.
Oakland now in possession. Rasmussen. It's the return pass, and now recycles the 25-year-old in his career with the Portland Timbers. It's always a great atmosphere when you come here to Pioneer Stadium. 2022, when these teams met, it was a 4-1 win for the Roots. Last year's meeting saw Loudoun come out on top 2-0. Zach Ryan scoring in the opening half hour, and Panos Armanakis adding insurance at the 1 hour mark. Three of these next 4 for Oakland are at home as Gagi intercepts. And here's a foul whistled, and that's going to be a very dangerous location for this opportunity as Keegan Hughes gets caught on the foul.
Fantastic step from Gagi. Gavin Glinton wants his side to be a lot more aggressive off the back line. So as they're composed and compact defensively, it's a tough challenge from Erlandson. Just comes over the back of Johnny Rodriguez. 6 minutes in, fantastic opportunity here for the Oakland Roots just to put Hugo Faru under some pressure and cause a little bit of chaos.
Who will be the man that will line this one up? Looks like Memo Diaz as well as Babakar Jai. Diaz a goal in the last match. Man, that's normally the table setter for this group. Scored the opener against Miami. He used his preferred right foot. Or will it be Jai with that left? Diaz. It is Babakar Jai. Ricochets it off the top of the wall, and it goes out for a corner kick. So now Memo Diaz will indeed be the man taking this. The 28-year-old became the first Roots player to triple digits for appearances in all competitions in May. In his 4th season with the club after a couple years with El Paso. That sun these players. Now Diaz will backpedal. And it's Mtheka gliding it in. Hackshaw was the closest target. Hughes gets to it. Rasmussen funnels it in. It hits Gagi, who was well offside. And he'll give it back to Loudoun. Takes it away. He's hit the deck, and eventually it bounces the way of Loudoun. What can you say about this Loudoun group with Ryan Martin, with the work that he has done with this side? Always known for a youthful exuberance, being affiliated with DC United for so long, but bringing this team to the cusp of the postseason here with about 2 months to go.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Obviously, a bit more independent now, this Loudoun United side. Now they have a little bit more money to spend, and the top priority is not producing players for the first team, it's winning. And that's something that Ryan Martin had to deal with a lot with their affiliation with DC United, always trying to get players into form for the next step in their career. That's still the case, but yet winning is a part of development for this Loudoun United side. Trying to get the best out of his players, like I said earlier, in the collectively, individually, pressing all the right buttons. They're pretty on the ball. They know who they want to be on both sides of it. It's been fantastic to witness.
The USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS Sports Network with a Western Conference matchup of the top 2 versus the bottom. High-flying Sacramento Republic hosts El Paso Locomotive side looking to climb up the standings. That's August 14th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific on the CBS Sports Network. Meanwhile, for Oakland, here's Gavin Glinton, being the interim coach on April 28th. And after a couple weeks where the team was sitting on just 8 points, likewise with Loudoun, one of the bottom teams in the entire table, a team that's won 8 of the last 12 and leaped from 10th in the West all the way up to 3rd and looking for back-to-back wins for the 4th time this year. 10th minute of play, scoreless so far between the Roots and Loudoun in this East versus West matchup in California. Ambrot launches this ball. Yagi steps in front of Leggett. And then a foul is whistled on a good overlapping run here from Awua.
As you like to play Route 1 football now, second ball is becoming that much more important. Awua's a bit quicker than Memo Diaz to get onto the end of it. Feels any sort of contact, he's always going to go down. Missed time challenge from Diaz. Now you're forward Loudoun United. Really interesting opportunity for Tommy McCabe just to whip this thing into the mixer.
There's a variety of options and goal scorers for Loudoun. Ryan leads the way with 8. Leggett has 6. Lowe has 3. Options off the bench as well. But Tommy McCabe, 25-year-old from New Jersey, glistening down here on that left side of the pitch. McCabe rolls this ball in. Second chance now. Velo lines it up, squeaks past a couple, and ultimately Sorrell, not much to do there as he makes his 5th start of the season for the 20-year-old from San Jose. Just one career appearance prior to this, was going to go to UC Davis before getting this opportunity with Oakland on a more full-time role. Keep an eye on his performance tonight with Paul Blanchette unavailable. Welcoming his first child to the world earlier this week. This injury timeout brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities.
So nice little action here from the Oakland Roots as Johnny Rodriguez comes to feet. Now you pull out Erlandson, and you're asking your outside back of the 3, Dambrot, to come across like for like with Lyndon Mafeka. Just falls a bit awkwardly. Seems like that left ankle of his, there's some pressure. Where he's okay. Big part of what Ryan Martin likes to do on the defensive side of the ball. 1 goal, 1 assist on the season as well.
Here's a look at Ryan Martin, former recruiting coordinator at Wake Forest, Build FC Cincinnati when they started in the USL Championship before their maneuver up to MLS. One of the more respected minds in U.S. soccer, and it's been because of his talent development. And yet again, even when you look at the roster and the little bit of leeway that this group has, yes, they have more veterans than you might expect from years past, but they still have a good contingent of young players that certainly could make that next leap up the ranks, either in the U.S. or abroad. And this halt to the action allows both coaches to have words with their groups.
Does seem like Dambrot gonna get pulled off here, walking very gingerly on that ankle. So now if you're Ryan Martin, you need to dip into your bench. Learman is a clear like-for-like sub.
Indeed, it will be Giannis Learman that needs to come in very early in this match for Dambrot. Dambrot, a consistent fixture within this Loudoun group, and now it's Learman, the 25-year-old. Played collegiately in Central Florida as well as Pittsburgh. Now their second season with Loudoun. Enters the fray here at the quarter-hour pole. Has yet to make the official decision that he wants to make that change. Dambrot giving it a go. Just in case he can stay in the match. One shot aside so far. Loudoun on the road visiting Oakland for the second time in this brief history. Kyle Lowe rewinds this ball. Nabil Hackshaw. Now it is Dambrot coming back into the field. So it looked like they were going to make that change with Learman coming in. Instead, Dambrot able to go. And we'll see how much longer he's able to go. We'll certainly keep our eyes on Robbie Dambrot. Work here by Rasmussen. Over the head of Jai in the end. 2024 season tickets are still available. Get the most benefits and lowest ticket prices by securing your season ticket package for the rest of the year. To secure your tickets, visit us at oaklandrootssc.com/tickets or call 510-488-1144. Rodriguez chases. He hits the deck and draws the foul.
Just so clever from Johnny Rodriguez. And as you understand, he's making this run towards a corner flag. There's nowhere to go. So at the last second, gets the right body position in front of Awua. Creates a contact, invites a contact, goes down, and wins a very dangerous set piece for his side.
Oakland a 2-week period without matches. Gavin Glitton giving the team 3 to 4 days off. Spent a lot of time focusing on their transitional attack and playing without the ball, but here it's a set piece opportunity for this group. Yet again, a second one in the opening 20 minutes. Mbeka. That's an off the defender's head. Diaz back on it. His second go at it. Hackshaw making the run. And it's just past his outstretched leg and out for a goal kick.
These are a nightmare to defend. This ball in from Memo Diaz, skipping right on top of that 6-yard box, because now it causes a little bit of confusion. Whether you're the back line, you're already facing your own goal. You don't want to take a touch and create a bit of a mistake. Where's your mask?
I left mine at home. I know that you were out shopping. You stopped by the mall. And I know you have a big collection of masks as well. Which one did you choose tonight?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's
Can't tell.
Yeah. Well, you've had all of them in your backpack. Jai weaves this one through. Gomez, Rasmussen. Here's Riley. His sights set inside of the 18. It's not handled all that well. Still not, and finally, Tingy sends it away. Not out of danger yet, though. Mbeka. Diaz lofts it, looking for Rodriguez. And it's Faru that catches the ball, and Rodriguez knocks him down.
Too much air on this ball in from Memo Diaz. There is a little bit of contact here from Johnny Rodriguez. Faru tries to make the most of it, drawing out the attacker on the aftermath.
Ryan Martin emphasized against this Oakland team. Didn't know what shape that they might be in. Understanding that it could be a 3-back, a 4-back look for Oakland. But his big focus was, can we be quicker in our build? And so far, Oakland has stymied that as they pressure high. Tingy intercepted by Rasmussen. Johnston unable to glide past Riley. Here's Jai. Fakes on the first go at it, but the flag is up for offside.
Just needs to be cleaner for Ryan Martin and this Loudoun United side. Too many times you're trying to play these 10 to 15 yard balls in front of this pressure. You have to have the ability to break a line, get Zach Ryan, Wesley Leggett more involved and more influential, because everything has been in front of the front six for the Oakland Roots.
Rasmussen collects. Nobody over in that direction. Even if Diaz will give it a look, it's out for a throw. I think the pacing and flow of this match so far seems a little wonky between two sides that focus a little more on defending and possession than attacking.
I think the tempo's been fine. It obviously has not been clean enough for either side. We haven't really seen whether it is the Oakland Roots or Loudoun United to get any sort of rhythm. I do think if you're Ryan Martin, decision-making through your back line is going to be really important and vital for your success. You do not want to give any sloppy turnovers to Johnny Rodriguez or Lindo Mbeka.
Riley shields Johnston, and it's a foul coming back against the 22-year-old Canadian.
Exactly what I'm talking about, just not clean enough between McCabe and Johnston. Actually Hughes that pushes a bit higher than your two midfielders. Not what you want if you're Ryan Martin in terms of your shape.
Hackshaw lifts this, but Faru wise to that. Quick play. Go Faru, 5th in the league in saves this year for the 26-year-old. Second year with Loudoun. He sees the role as the main keeper for this group. Looking elsewhere around the league, it is quite the matchup in our ESPN contest. It's Sacramento 3, Lou City 2 in that one, and that important for both of these sides, more so for this Oakland Roots group, because Sacramento could really start to gain some separation from that number 2 slot. 3 goals in the span of 7 minutes for Sac Republic. Have them out in front of Lou City in that matchup. Here's a takeaway. Rodriguez looks over his shoulder, weaves it through the middle. Gaggi stumbles! It finds its way in. The 26-year-old defender puts it through. Oakland lead it 1-0.
We talked about being clean on the ball for this Loudoun United side. Just a bit too casual from McKay, but Guy continues his run. It all comes down to the patience from Johnny Rodriguez. As he picks up his head, he allows the center back to get it beyond. Right weight for Gagi to run onto it. Put the ball in a dangerous area. Do not know if it's his goal or Njai's goal. They will take it. Gavin Glinton and the Oakland Roots up a goal here at home.
It's the 15th first half goal allowed by Loudoun this season. And for a second match in a row, they'll need to come back from a goal to none deficit, as Oakland scores in the opening half hour for just the 5th time this season. And it's a 1-0 advantage for Oakland. That is $100 to the Berkeley Humane Society, generously donated by our partner LJ Cruise Company. Donate or adopt a shelter pet at berkeleyhumane.com. Let's go Roots. Here's a good maneuver. Lofting ball in, and Sorrell has no issues. So it does sound like they are going to give that goal to Jai. So Jai picks up his first goal of the season. It's the first time that he's scored since he scored last year with Phoenix against Loudoun in April. Gagi gets the assist. That's his second of the season. And for Oakland, it's a team that is 8-0-1 this year when they score first. And the challenge for Loudoun now trying to find a way to come back here on the road. Leggett pounces through the middle. He goes down too easily. Johnston takes it away for a moment. Now Riley sends it down the park. There's the giveaway. Jai's right on top of it already. Now Oakland can play its confident action. 10 of the team's 36 goals allowed came in a 2-match window. So the overall statistics, a tad deceiving for a team that has allowed the second most goals in the league this year. Here's Johnny Rodriguez on the turn. Punches at it, trying to get it to Jai, and now Loudoun starting to backpedal and reel just a little bit. For Loudoun, it's a 5th consecutive match in which they've allowed a goal. Haven't had a clean sheet in a shade over a month. But Loudoun have 2 wins this year when conceding first. Riley pivots.
Has to be frustrating if you are Ryan Martin for 2 reasons. Number one, last time out against Miami FC, you started very pedestrian-like. So that was always going to be a point of emphasis coming into Oakland. And number two, one of the keys was being clean in the build-out. You get caught in possession, now you're down, you're conceded yet again. So now what does the reaction look like for his side? Zach Ryan, very quiet, as well as this man, Floyd Velo. And those are 2 special players that need to be influential if you have any hopes of clawing back into this thing.
Abakar Jai is now down.
It's that right ankle. It gets caught underneath Hughes. right there as he falls over it. His studs get stuck into the turf immediately. Hopefully he's okay to continue on. Not what you want if you're Gavin Glinton. And it's just so important, Michael, to be clean in possession, because when you're on the ball, you want to be as expansive as possible. You want to make the field as big as possible. So now if you turn the ball over quickly, you're exposed into your back line. As you play in a 3-back system, there's just too much space in between your center back and your 2 outside backs. They can't recover quick enough. Now you're asking your decision makers higher up the field, Johnny Rodriguez, Gagi, to continue, and he gets rewarded for his run. Jai at the back post. The blink of an eye, turning their defense into offense. The Oakland Roots up a goal here within 30 minutes.
At the half-hour mark, Oakland out in front by a 1-0-0 lead here against Loudoun. Oakland coming in, tied for 3rd in the West. Loudoun entered the weekend tied for 6th in the East, but a lot of the Eastern Conference sides have produced solid results to this point. Ricky Lopez, that's been our team. Michael Watring with you here. Good to have you on board tonight. Jai. Becca. Gives it right to Hughes. Tingy. Below. Enough time in the attacking area for Loudoun so far, and having to do a great deal of defensive work. News for Loudoun is they've they've scored the 4th most goals in the league this year and have scored in 11 straight. Haven't been shut out in 89 days. That is the task for this Oakland side that has given up the 2nd most goals in the league this season.
And look at those front 2 players for Loudoun United, Zach Ryan, Wesley Leggett, 14 goals between the 2 of them. Zach Ryan only has 7 touches within the first 33 minutes. Wesley Leggett, 8 touches. If you don't find them, you will not find success if you're the visiting side here.
Below stumbles. Gains his balance. Hughes charges. McCabe. Here's Johnston. Excellent pass, winding up below. Below finds himself in quite the predicament, and Rasmussen slings it away.
Give the call! Faster!
Here is this pass intended for Awuah. Dances, but too many times. Loudoun has very much been a second-half goal-scoring team. 2/3 of their goals this season have come in half 2. Oakland Roots and Charlie 2024 jerseys are here and they're selling fast. Purchase your 2024 jersey by visiting shop.oaklandrootssc.com. Shaw handles the first ball. Second chance, though. Did that take a deflection at all? It did not in the end, as Leggett was trying to find space. He scored in 4 of his last 6. He's really turned it on. 6 goals now for the season for the 23-year-old. But as you mentioned, Ricky, very quiet to date between Leggett and Ryan. And it's a match that has only seen 4 total shot attempts at this point. But the goal from Jai cleaning things up after Gagi poked one across the box in the 24th minute has Oakland out in front. Rodriguez wins the initial header. Jai brings it in. Rodriguez retreats, gets yanked upon by McCabe. Oakland have only led at halftime 4 times in their 22 matches this year. Trying to see through the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time in this first half. Leggett had his sights set on Velo. The timely deflection in Jai. Rodriguez. Velo pivots.
Just too predictable for Loudoun United. Too many times you're playing horizontally or negative, especially deep in your defensive third. Someone has to have the ability to pick up their head, find Florian Velo a little bit higher, or Zach Ryan.
A long direct pass here. To Wua. Velo lines this one up. Velo stings it well. Second chance on some spillage. Ryan hits it over the top. Sorrell gave up a great rebound chance, and the team's leading goal scorer, Zach Ryan, missed the net entirely.
We just talked about someone playing a little bit more vertical and direct. Wesley Leggett takes a couple players out of the game, but that's a wicked deflection in front of Sorrell. Does not deal with it well enough, puts it right into the path of Tingy, but just watch the body position of Zach Ryan as he's trying to get his feet underneath him. He's leaning back, his hips are shown away from goal, and as he stabs at this thing, that's why it goes up and over the crossbar. What a fantastic opportunity that would have been for Loudoun to draw even here.
A double-digit goal scorer last season, closing in on that mark this year. Love another chance at it here before halftime. Awua. McCabe.
To see how much of an impact it can have if you play positive. Play a little bit more direct Route 1 football. You put more pressure on this back line.
Riley slides that one out from Awua. And a little bit of surge here from the visitors tonight. Looking for a leveler here in the final 10 minutes of the first half. Dambrot carries this one through. Oh, might have been offside. That's at least the question mark. It is not. Dambrot unable to tie up Gagi. Diaz sends it away. We've seen Loudoun's attack in this first half. Will they sustain it? Ryan under some pressure from Jai. Jai that eventually intervenes. Tingy tried to return the favor. Oakland under a great deal of duress now. Holding strong in the middle of the park. The USL Super League is kicking off its inaugural Division I professional women's soccer league in August. 8 teams across the country begin play on August 17th, airing exclusively on NBC's Peacock network. Another direct pass, this time to the right side, and Ryan cuts the corner to ensure it's not a goal kick and makes Oakland play it out of their own end. Rasmussen. Jai comes with a slide. McCabe grabs it. Ryan below. Thought about lining it up. Instead, it's Awuwa chipping it over. Rasmussen there. Tingy lines it up. Ryan back for Johnston. Ryan again pivots. Tingy hits it hard first time. It's below again. It goes over the top of the bar. A second time in the last couple minutes. Empty space for Loudoun, and they miss it entirely.
Fantastic bit of play from Loudoun United right on top of this 18-yard box. The body position, the composure from Zach Ryan. But as Wesley Leggett crashes towards the goal mouth, he pulls out every single player in a black jersey. And what that does, that opens up the avenue for Tingy to pick up his head and to find Florian below. Unmarked, 12 yards out. See the frustration on the player. Don't need to hit it hard. Just get clean contact, keep your body over the ball, and it's 1-1.
That's twice now. 2 players you typically expect to do better from that distance. And don't even find the woodwork in that situation. But at the very least, it's some budding signs of confidence from a Loudoun side that at times were wandering aimlessly on their half of the field. Loudoun group that has been flowing with confidence. It's been strong since May 18th. 6 wins, 1 loss, and 4 draws. But on the road has been a different factor and a different facet for this group. Despite their overall road record, they have gone unbeaten in their last 4. They haven't lost on the road since May 14th. Here's Leggett. Leggett darts past Diaz, and ultimately it is a corner kick here, despite the pleads from the Roots defenders, including Naveal Hackshaw. Hackshaw wearing the captain's armband for Oakland. And it will be a corner kick here for Loudoun United. Dopka heads in to have a quick word with Diaz. Now it's a corner kick. Frisbeeing ball in, and we get a foul whistled before it can connect with Erlinson. Ryan taps it wide. Awuah offs it, looking for Velo. Just past his foot, and Sorrell tracks over to pick this ball up. Sorrell this season has a clean sheet. He's also given up 9 goals. Granted, 5 of those came in the 5-2 loss to Sac Republic on July 21st, the last time he was out there. Filling in for Paul Blanchette tonight. Blanchette out, spending time with his family after welcoming his first child. Jai wanted it to his left, points out to Rasmussen where he did want it, and it was behind him. And a foul whistle as Johnston goes down. Will this be the 5th time this year that Oakland leads at the halftime in a second match in a row in which they hold the advantage after 45? Four minutes of stoppage time here in this first half. A quick restart for Loudoun, trying to catch Oakland a little bit off balance. Tingy. Puts the momentum to an end. Now Johnston.
Just needs to be quicker there from Tingy. You're the outlet. Continue to push the momentum and be more intentional in the way that you take your first touch towards goal, because you have Florian Velo making a fantastic run.
There he is again. Ryan has it bounce through his feet. Johnston redirects this ball in, and Sorrell picks it up.
And it's one of the hardest things, Michael, when you're playing against a team that has wingbacks, because if you beat out one of the wingbacks, now it's a numerical advantage for your side. It's a 3v3 with the 3 center backs. As Tingy plays negative, now you give the ability for the Oakland Roots just to reset their defensive structure yet again. Little things like that make a massive difference in its success higher up the field.
Shot. Decides to go long with this pass. Rasmussen catches up to it. Rodriguez chases after it. Rodriguez flips it in, and it's Dambrot knocking it away. And Fecco is unmarked at the top of the 18.
That needs to be cut back to Lindo. Rasmussen makes a little bit of an early pass into Johnny Rodriguez. But as he gets out and running, that's when you want your striker head up the whole way. Put this ball back into Lindo Mafeka, and he has a clear shot on goal.
Diaz off the outside of the boot. Tingy sends it away. Rasmussen pokes it right back. Jai lifts it across. Comes down. Diaz. Mfeka chases after it. Mfeka's shot gets cleared away. In the end, it's Keegan Hughes that rescues the moment.
Dambrot, Florian Velo having a word with Grant Dopka and asking how this is not a handball from Lindo Mafeka. But it's a really good action yet again from the Roots. Wesley Leggett just loses track of Jai.
Riley tosses it in. Rasmussen right back to it. Bangs it off of a defender. And Faroux wins the race and nearly came outside of the 18-yard box. How do you assess what we've watched so far in this first half?
I think it's been a lot of what we've expected. This Loudoun United side, they're good on the ball. They're tidy on the ball, but now it's the final action that's been lacking for Ryan Martin's side. 2 golden opportunities. So you can take some positives from that. And the other side for Gavin Clinton, you've been defending a lot, especially here at home. I do think he's going to want to take the game away from Loudoun and play this game on his terms. All to play for this next 45 minutes. Will they dip into the bench? Will there be tactical changes? It'll be very interesting to find out.
For the 5th time this season, Oakland is on top at halftime. They're unbeaten in their prior 4 times that they've led at the break. And here at halftime, it is Oakland Roots 1 on the goal from Babukar Jai in the 24th minute, and Loudoun 0 at the break. The home fans on Marvel Night have had plenty to cheer for here at Pioneer Stadium. So far, so good for the home group. Loudoun look for the comeback. It's 1-0 at halftime as we come back here to Oakland in a moment.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city, restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop with 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
How can someone so cute be so complicated? Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't mini adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
Oakland leads 1-0 at halftime against Loudoun United. Babukar Jai's first goal of the season in the 24th minute is the opener here as the fans donning masks of all kinds tonight on Marvel Night at Pioneer Stadium. And we are closing in on the start of the USL Super League. The first division side will kick things off a week from tonight. It's Carolina Ascent and DC Power to start things off. You have Spokane Cypher and Fort Lauderdale as well on August 17th. What a way to start things off. And then Tampa Bay and Dallas Trinity the next day. It'll be a good time for action in the USL Super League. You can catch all the action on NBC's Peacock beginning on next Saturday. And the home openers wrap up with Fort Lauderdale and Dallas in late September. It'll be a good time for action. 8 teams across the country playing in the USL Super League on Peacock. 1-0 is the advantage for Oakland at halftime. More to come around this break as we take a look around the rest of the USL Championship when we return with the Roots leading at 1-0.
Is this somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes when we walk past. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
New flavors, the same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Oakland out in front of Loudoun, 1-0 at halftime. The fans donning their capes, like many people might at that age, having that level of fun, enjoying their favorite superheroes tonight on Marvel Night. Oakland 1, Loudoun 0 at the break. And some news and notes from around the USL. Look at that middle line. It's Lou City will host the U.S. women's national team on October 30th. For a international exhibition against Argentina. The newly minted gold medalists, the women's side, will be in Louisville for that. How about Cano Smith and what he's done with Rhode Island? Stayed the course with that group. 3 wins, 11 goals for his side, and another victory tonight against Hartford, 3-0, as Rhode Island getting some strong performances with their group. Jordan Stewart, the new head coach of Monterey Bay, his side in action here tonight as well. We'll look at those scores in a minute, but here are our out-of-town scores presented by Visit Oakland. Get out on the town and visit Oakland to explore arts, culture, and world-class cuisine. North Carolina upends Colorado Springs 4-1. Mentioned Rhode Island. Charleston takes out Memphis 3-1. And earlier this week, 0-0 tallies. And then that Pittsburgh match, Ricky, you were enthralled upon. 15 shots for Pittsburgh, but they couldn't get a goal in that contest against San Antonio. As those matches all in the books earlier tonight, and several matches in action right now. And still one more to come. Phoenix and Tampa Bay getting ready for action later on this evening. Here's action coming up next week. Indy 11 and New Mexico, the lone game on a Sunday. A couple matches to look at on Wednesday, including the CBS Sports Network match, Sacramento Republic and El Paso. And it's an El Paso side that is playing strong tonight. It holds off Miami 2-1 in that terrific tussle between El Paso and Miami. 1-0 is the advantage. Oakland out in front of Loudoun here at halftime. When we come back, it's time to take a look at the highlights and the stats before our second half kick when we return to Oakland.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
The only way to win is to do it together. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots have teamed up. We are leading the charge to address food insecurity, empowering all athletes to improve physical health, and expanding the health and wellness resources available to the residents of Oakland and the Bay Area. We're committed to continuing our work to improve the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates for electricity.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust to put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates for electricity.
How can someone so cute be so complicated? Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't many adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Tonight's match is presented by Anthem Blue Cross and by Modelo. First half highlights from this matchup where Oakland leads it 1-0 as we start with our opening shot attempt in this match that found the net. And how about this run from Gagi? A long run. Rodriguez picks it out and Jai cleans it up.
Picks the pocket of Tommy McKay, but just a bit too casual from the center midfielder for Loudoun. Gagi continues his run, puts the ball in a dangerous area, and Jai gets on the end of it about a yard out, just needs to push it over the line. Against the run of play, yes, but Oakland Roots won't mind 1-0 up for the home side, but it was never going to be without a fight for this Loudoun United side, especially with the talent that Ryan Martin has at his disposal. Wesley Leggett gets the start, playing a little bit more vertical, and then it's all about decision making. First is Dwayne below, a bit of a wicked deflection. Here's Zach Ryan, you're going to want this one back. Unable to sort his feet underneath him, but as he takes that little bit of a second step, that's what gets his balance all off, and he's leaning back and goes up and over the crossbar. Opportunity that goes to the wayside.
Ryan misses that ball over the top of the bar, and it was a preview of what we would see 4 minutes later. This time, it was a really good pass from Tingy, finding some space. Leggett takes everybody with him, and Below blasts it over the top.
And it's a secondary movement from Florian Below. As Wesley Leggett pulls 3 center backs with him, that opens up the avenue into him. You see the frustration on the player's face. He should be finding the back of the net. As we see Ryan Martin dipping into his bench, and Melkar coming in.
Khalil Ahmedkar, 4 goals this season. The 24-year-old out of Kentucky replaces Isaiah Johnston in the 11. So an opportunity to bring in a little bit of a more attacking presence in Ahmedkar as our lone halftime substitute for this second half. Does that change anything for Loudoun? They have been so strong in the second half this year. 20 of their 33 goals scored this season have come in half number 2. 6 have been scored by substitutes. And that will be the task for Loudoun here tonight, with Loudoun United trailing it by a 1-0 margin. Loudoun won its last trip across the country. That was May 25th, 2-0. At Orange County, they won the couple weeks prior to that as well in the US Open Cup. Second half underway. Oakland won. Loudoun 0. Michael Wattrang, Ricky Lopez-Espin on our team with you here for this matchup tonight. Will Loudoun be able to overcome this, a team that is unbeaten in 10 of the last 11? Or will it be an Oakland Roots side that finds its way through and continues their surge, trying to keep pace with New Mexico and Sacramento atop the Western Conference table? And while we were away at halftime, a very good result if you're an Oakland fan, means that as of right now, if this holds, they would pull into a tie for second after Lou City takes out Sac Republic 4-3. Jensen Wilson scores the game winner in the 66th minute in a thrilling matchup on the deuce between Lou City and Sac Republic. And Becca launches that ball out after it looked like they were going to be able to make something happen. Gavin Glinton has talked time and time again when we've spoken with him that he wants to find a way for his group to be hungry, to find that attention to detail, to focus on being consistent down the stretch of this regular season. Johnny Rodriguez slices up this defense for Loudoun. The fans have been great here at Pioneer Stadium all night. Awua comes away with it from Mbeka. Awua turns the corner for a moment. Gets it back from Ahmedkar. Awua was looking for Ryan, and it's poked away by Logue. Corner kick coming up for the visitors here tonight. Shots in the first half were 5-3 in favor of Loudoun.
Just see the instant impact of Ahmedkar. Very comfortable in tight spaces, technically sound, likes to bring players into the game. Awua continues his run. It's the right idea, trying to bend it into the path of Zach Ryan, but flawless defending and positioning from Gagi.
Can Loudoun do something on a set piece here in this corner kick? It's played to Velo. McCabe will not get a second go at it. Now he has the ball at his feet, but the options aren't quite there for him. Awua lines it around. Tingy all the way to this left-hand side. Mbeka gets the second ball. Awua recycles. Dambrot splits defenders. Gomez on his rear. Velo. Hackshaw sends it right back to where it came from. Velo was looking for McCabe. Well, possession numbers heavily in favor of Loudoun. 62% of the possession to Loudoun in the opening 45 minutes of play, and that is a good sign for Oakland. They've only lost one time of their 10 lowest possession matches this season. So when they have less possession, they're more potent. They're only 2-7 when they have at least 50% of the possession. So expect Loudoun to see a lot of the ball in the second half and Oakland to try to defend and see this one all the way out. Farouk.
I do think essentially now for Loudoun United, it's going to be really important as you bring in Medcart. You have 3 players essentially, him, Florian Velo, Tommy McCabe, so that's a bit of an overload. The weak side is always going to be open in the outlet, so starting on one side of the field and on the other is going to be the name of the game for Ryan Martin and company.
Medcart lofts this! And it's just wide. He had a brace last week against Miami, and within 5 minutes of his shift starting, had his sights set on an equalizer.
Exactly what I'm talking about. As Florian Velo advances, now Medcart, he arrives late. A little bit of a give and go, and that does not miss by much. Hits it extremely well. Watch the movement and the technical ability. First touch out of his body. Tries to hit back across on it to get it bent in just wide. Been fantastic within the first 5 minutes since coming onto the field.
Medcart had his first professional brace. Scored 4 times with North Texas in League One. Back in 2021, had 5 appearances with FC Dallas in 2022, and after 8 goals last season with Loudoun, 8 of them in 8 different matches. Offside flag here for Oakland. Expect a little bit of a change of pace here from Loudoun as that ball's mishit. And Ryan Martin's group gets another corner kick out of this. It's clear their intentions here at the outset of this second half to try to find that first goal to tie the score at 1 apiece. Awua wanders over to the corner flag. Second year with Loudoun after being a first-round pick of NYCFC. Traveled to Canada to play with Forge, and then a season with St. Louis City in 2022. And Awua surveys his choices. Awua boomerangs this ball, high arcing, stumbling inside of the 18. Was really his only target. Medcart chops it forward. Dambrot hits it first time. And skied away. Once again, Zach Ryan attacking. Dambrot in there as well. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Erlinson takes that ball away. Now Medcart on the turn. Leg it. Tingy bounces that ball off of Lowe. It's a great atmosphere tonight here in California for this one. Now the journey across the country. They'll go back to the East Coast and visit Tampa Bay next week. Oakland, meanwhile, will go all the way to Rhode Island. Into the box. This one is Medcart ties it up. His hot goal scoring streak continues. Loudoun gets 1 and ties it at 1.
Deserved equalizer for Loudoun United. Starts with Florian Velo. Rasmussen never tracks him as he puts this ball in a dangerous area. This is a textbook header from Medcart into the ground. Very difficult for a goalkeeper to deal with, to read the bounce off the turf. Enough pace, enough power to beat Sorrell. Can't react quick enough. And what an impact he's made since coming on. 1-1, 55th minute.
Confident Khalil El-Medkar. Ryan Martin said that his attitude and mentality off the bench has been superb. And that sign there, the 7th time a substitute has scored for Loudoun this season. And they have now scored in a club record 12th consecutive match. They extend that string. The prior record was 8 set during the inaugural campaign of 2019. Oakland charges forward on the other end. Volo, meanwhile, gets his team leading 5th assist of the year. El-Medkar is the 4th different Loudoun player with at least 5 goals this season.
Just had a different tempo since coming out of the break, this Loudoun United side. So whatever what Ryan Martin said really struck a chord with his boys. Playing quicker, playing with more intent, playing a bit more forward. The result, they get an equalizer. Well, now if you're the Oakland Roots, how do you match the intensity that Loudoun has implemented here?
McCabe, El-Medkar. Remember, he had that long shot attempt that nearly rattled the cage moments prior to his equalizer. This is a very much different Loudoun group, trying to keep pace with the teams ahead of them on that Eastern Conference table. Lou City and Charleston running away from the pack. Tampa Bay clawing to stay within striking distance. Trayvon Reed is coming in for Lindo Mbeka. And then a total of 6 points separate 4 through 9 in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, in the West, Oakland trying to stay afloat, but there is 9 points separating spots 2 through 10 in the Western Conference. And there's one thing that you can guarantee: the stretch run of the USL Championship this year will be quite the spectacle.
Different profile. That's Trayvon Reed comes in. He's going to test the line and run in behind this Loudoun United back line. Vertical. So now you have Njai coming to his right-hand side. Johnny Rodriguez running centrally. They're a different dynamic for Gavin Glinton and company.
Tingy flops this ball into the air. And yet again, a concession of a corner for Oakland.
We talked about it in the first half, Michael. For this Loudoun United side, if you play direct, you turn this back line facing their own goal, and that's a nightmare for any defending unit. Ryan Martin challenged his boys to play a little bit more vertical, and we've seen that since coming out of the break.
Awuah skies this ball. Dambrot mistimes his jump. Jai was intervening, and it goes out for a goal kick. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. El-Medkar chases after this ball. Has choices. What a funneling pass over below. Brings it to a rest. That was such good sight from Khalil El-Medkar. Here's Jai. Jai from long range has that ball go wide. '60th minute of play. Babukar Jai, his first goal of the season in the 24th minute, lifted Oakland out to a 1-0 edge that they had at halftime. But Khalil Ahmedkar has made his presence felt in the second half in the 54th minute, tying the score on a Florian Velo cross to make it one apiece here. 30 minutes to go in this matchup between two sides that have surged after a sluggish start to 2024. Former Big East Player of the Year, Ricky Lopez Espin, Michael Watring, and our team enjoying this matchup with you here in the USL Championship. Tied at 1 at the 1 hour mark. McCabe. Ahmedkar pops this into the air. Reed recycles this ball. Below. Jai chases after it. Erlinson knocks it away.
Never really seen Oakland Roots play between Gomez or Riley. Let's see him as fleshy at home. You want to see more of the ball. It's been mostly Route 1 trying to play into your front line or behind. Not United. Makes life very easy for Erlinson, Dan Brown, and Hughes just to redeflect the step in and be a little bit more aggressive in their positioning. And as your double pivots get more influential, now you can suck them out, and that's when you can play in behind. Maybe a little bit more unpredictable for the Oakland Roots. That's a good ball.
Excellent ball. Rodriguez brings it in. Johnny Rodriguez puts Oakland back in front. His 10th of the year makes it 2-1.
The blink of an eye. This Oakland Roots side can't strike. Johnny Rodriguez, his movement is what sets him apart from every single striker in USL Championship, but take nothing away from the technical ability, the vision, and the execution from Memo Diaz. As you play wide, now you're shifting this back line at 3. Where it's a real side off the shoulder of Erlinson and Hughes. But this is some finish from Johnny Rodriguez. Everyone thinks he's gonna whack this thing with his left foot. Wrong foot's for Root, no chance as he comes around cheeky with his right foot. 63rd minute, Rodriguez gets his 10th, and the Oakland Roots are up a goal yet again.
Rodriguez scores for the 6th match out of his last 7. He scored 7 times in that run. And Johnny Rodriguez, who I was just thinking had been very quiet in the opening quarter hour of the second half, slots one in. And the 25-year-old makes it 2-1 on that Oakland Roots goal. That's $100 to the Berkeley Humane Society, generously donated by our partner, LG Cruise Company. Donate or adopt a shelter pet, berkeleyhumane.com. Let's go Roots. Felt like this was a dominating performance to start the second half for Loudoun. And after all that energy to tie the score up, they're down by a goal again and searching. Awua carries it too long. Gomez slides it over to Reed. And a foul. Rodriguez entered the night tied for 6th in the league in goal scoring, but was the leading goal scorer in the West. And is now the 6th player in the league to hit double figures with goals for this season. Brief injury timeout brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. Festive atmosphere here at Pioneer Stadium. Watching their roots have the advantage. Hackshot nearly had it taken away by Ryan.
Great
Instead,
ball.
Reed in a pocket. High arcing cross. Diaz was the intended target. It's well past his area to get to it. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Here's Rodriguez on a takeaway. And now Diaz. Memo Diaz has his shot blocked. And after that foul gives us a chance to get back to reminding you that the USL is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Rodriguez gallops around. Rodriguez from long range, always ambitious, but it dips wide. This match has not seen a booking so far here tonight. Greg Dobka has not given out a red card all season long. He gives out about 4 cards total per match. And it has been fairly clean to this point. Medcar all the way back through Hackshot.
But that's the action that you want if you're Ryan Martin. Watch out. There's a little bit of confusion there. But as you play around the corner into Melkar, now you're asking Gaki to step off his line, leaving Hackshaw and Logue exposed.
Leggett cuts the edge. Sizzles one all the way through the box. 70th minute, 2-1 Oakland in front. Dambrot goes down. Velo's asking for a booking. And it will not be. It will simply just be a free kick coming here for Loudoun. 20 minutes to go. Abukar Jais, opener in the first half, had it 1-0. Medkar tied it 9 minutes into the second half. 8 minutes after that, in the 62nd minute, Johnny Rodriguez put Oakland back out in front, 2-1. Williamson and Awua. Set this one up. Is this a moment where Loudoun can tie the score for the second time in this match? Williamson raises the hand, throws it right to the top. Medkar glides past one. Excellent maneuver past the second. Williamson spikes it in. Riley wins the opening header. Leggett. Logue sends it back out. Tingy. Velo into the box. No problems here for Sorrell. Velo goes down here, still requesting a booking of some kind. So changes for both sides here. Brian Tamakis and Irakosi Donaciano come in for Oakland. They replace Riley and Memo Diaz for Oakland. Changes for Oakland, 2 as well for Loudoun. Gavin Turner, the 17-year-old, is coming on, joining Tommy Williamson as well. They replace Tingy and Leggett.
So Memo Diaz was fantastic through 73 minutes, getting his 5th assist on the season. Their work rate, but no shortage of quality from this man, Brian Tamakas. International, they're an international, really important signing for the Oakland Roots, as well as Donaciano, box-to-box midfielder, so a little bit of a more dynamic between him and Gomez, essentially.
Here's the restart. Awua. Medkar. Dambrot. pass here. Below sprints to space. Hackshaw. Below the last to touch it. Here are the Loudoun subs officially. Williamson and Turner. Turner's only played 40 minutes across 3 matches this season, but he did play 133 in the Open Cup for the 17-year-old midfielder. So with a quarter hour to go in this match, Loudoun find themselves behind by a goal, much like they were at the end of the first half. Oakland have survived that onslaught of the opening 10 minutes of half 2.
As Williamson comes in now, he's going to play right next to Zach Bryan. So now you have 2 players versus this back 3 for the Oakland Roots. Williamson needs to be really good at holding up the play, being a focal point, and occupying the spaces in between Gagi Hackshaw and Niall Logue.
Here's a woo-up. Slams on the brakes. Just has that ball outstretched past him. And Rodriguez has the ball skip up and hit his hand. Awuah once more. Dambrot sprints to space. 4 defenders converge. Below. Awuah. Looks promising for Loudoun for a moment. Logan Company control. Loudoun making their push. Road wins have been elusive. Only 1 this year in 9 tries. Granted, they've taken points in each of their last 4 road trips. Haven't lost on the road since May 14th when they visited North Carolina. Dambrot comes in, he wins the ball, but he gets a lot of Babukar Jai, and he gets shown our first booking of the match as he's cautioned here in the 77th minute. Dambrot, quizzical look on his face.
Not the best ball in from Gagi. And I have to agree with him. He does get the ball. I think it's the aftermath that catches Jai. The initial action is on the ball. Really physical challenge from Robbie Dambrot.
Looking for a great way to enjoy a night out with friends, family, or coworkers? Check out our discounted group ticketing options for your next birthday or party, or one and the same. To secure your tickets, visit us at oaklandrootssc.com/tickets or call 510-488-1144. Sides to catch their breaths. Fans have not caught theirs all night long. Full throat from the jump. Fascinating things happening around the West. Looking at the bottom of the playoff line, Monterey Bay trails Birmingham 2-1. Legion just saw a red card moments ago, and with 10 minutes to play in Seaside, Monterey Bay looking to pick up a point, but it's been a good day for the East in terms of results by their club. It's not a good day if you're one of the teams trying to pull away. Right now, Oakland would pull into a tie with Sac Republic for second in the West. Loudoun would cling to that number 8 position in the East. Shots are 8-6 in favor of Loudoun tonight. It's 10 minutes to go. Oakland 2. Goals from Jai and Johnny Rodriguez sandwiched around an El Medcar equalizer. Oakland undefeated this year when they lead at halftime. Here's a good run. Velo. Backshaw sends it right back in that direction.
He's been really good. Hackshaw, center of this back three for the Oakland Roots. Going to read the game, but also very comfortable on the ball. Really to kickstart the attacking phase. Their center back's a luxury to have if you're Gavin Glimpton.
Damprot. It's taken out for a moment, and now here's Gagi off to the races. Lifts this along, Reed. Reed shoots! Reed torches the threads! Trayvon Reed makes it 3-1 Oakland.
Yet again, it's Gagi, the center back. The understanding when to force the issue and play a bit more vertical. Trayvon Reed, athletic ability, decision making, using momentum to his favor. That secondary touch is everything. As he sets up Hughes, gets him caught square, and then he cuts back in. That opens up the goal. Everyone thinks he's going to try to bend it around to that far post. Clever finish. Closes up his hips at the last second. Beats Peru in the Oakland Roots. 3-1 up in the 82nd minute.
It's an Oakland Roots goal. That means another $100 to the Berkeley Humane Society, generously donated by our partner LJ Cruise Company. Donate or adopt a shelter pet at berkeleyhumane.com. Let's go Roots. Well, it had been 7 consecutive matches with 2 or fewer goals for Oakland. They scored 3 for the first time since June 15th. Trayvon Reed hits the net for the 2nd time this year, and his first in the run of play. The 24-year-old Jamaican gallops into real estate. Gagi setting the stage yet again. What a performance it has been by Oakland. You cannot discount what this group has done since the equalizer. It looked like Loudoun had all the momentum. We're surging. Found prosperous moments in the opening 15 minutes to tie the score. Oakland have scored now twice in the last 20 and expanded the bulge to 2. Turner has it bounced back to him and off of him. Not 2 assists tonight for Gagi. He had 1 entering the evening. And the former Buckeye has produced when they've needed it. Cristiano Francois is going to replace Keegan Hughes. Francois, 22-year-old forward. This is very much an attacking change, taking the defender off the field. Francois, who has been well-traveled in his time. Richmond, Rochester, Pittsburgh, Ottawa, Reno, Miami, El Paso, RGV, and now with Loudoun in his 11 professional campaigns for the Haitian. Ryan Martin putting the throttle down for his group. Velo. Spillage on the back post. Second go at it. Williamson was trying to get a redirect. Instead, it's Elmedkar. Sorrell, that was a really dangerous decision to come out there. And very fortunate he doesn't get punished.
Really rash from Sorrell. No need to challenge for this ball. No need from Damakis to go into like that. Flowing below is going nowhere. You have Endrai as your secondary defender. You use the end line as your third. As you become a little bit overzealous. Nightmare to deal with if you're Sorrell here. Any sort of deflection, the ball can end up at in the back of the net. If you're Tommy McCabe, you're aiming for that far post.
Loudoun's going to get back in this. They got to find something here. Williamson, nowhere close to anybody in a white and red kit. And it leads to a run out now. Reed turns on the afterburners, gets a perfect bounce. Trayvon Reed pulling away. Reed right into the pocket of Faroux. Could have put it away right there without any doubts. Oakland have not scored 4 goals in a match this year. Francois chases. Low. This match is a season high for goals allowed by Loudoun. Twice they gave up 3 in April. Since that point, they've been ultra stingy. Last time Oakland scored 4 was October 7th. Check that, May 6th, 2023. Here's Elmedkar. Elmedkar fires, and that's always rising. He's not shy. Couple changes here for Oakland. Johnny Rodriguez and Babukar Jai are coming out. 2 of the 3 goal scorers this evening for the Roots.
Fantastic movement off the shoulder of Burlington. He never sees him. And this is some cheeky finish. Wrong foot for Faroux. First touch to create a little bit of separation. No stopping that. 10th on the season. Johnny Rodriguez maturing before our own eyes here in an Oakland Roots jersey.
Mish Nadir Shari is one of the 2 changes, and Napo Mososo is the other change. There is Mososo. Tamakis. Now Mososo.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
Is that a career milestone?
I was nervous.
You have a future.
Your job's in jeopardy.
It is, yeah. I don't even know why I showed up today. How impressed are you by Oakland's response after giving up the equalizer?
Very impressive. And Gavin Glinton and his side, ability to galvanize the troops, especially with the pedestrian-like second half, or the start of the second half that you came out with. Loudoun United get the equalizer, so now you're looking at your leaders to make a play. Takes one action to get the confidence back within. Doing just that. And this Oakland Roots side, very confident in who they are and their identity.
Francois lifts this ball in. It takes a ricochet. How about Sorrell? Just enough of a hand to it to keep it out. Denying Williamson. And Loudoun's second goal of the match.
Exactly what you get when you bring in Cristiano Francois. Direct play at pace. Steps up the Marquez fantastically. And this is some save from Sorrell.
Five minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. Francois caught in a corner. If Lowe carries that cleanly, he had an empty net to deal with. Instead, Dambrot stumbles to the surface. Here's Shari. Tamakis opening up now. Tamakis lifts this ball all the way across, and it's a well-timed redirect by Turner.
And back to this save from Sorrell. Williamson comes in. The athletic ability, the reaction to get down to his right-hand side, and more importantly, to not give up a rebound. To push it wide of his post. Really good goalkeeping.
He's been strong tonight. His fifth start of the season. And his fifth start of his young career, the 20-year-old out of San Jose. Loudoun throwing everything forward. Differential not in the mind of Ryan Martin right now. They want to try to give some rush towards the conclusion of this matchup. Reed has Shari splitting two defenders. Shari eventually runs out of space there. Trying to make a quicker turn. Erlinson takes it away. Kevin Glitton with quite the stare at our fourth official. Nobody wants to play that for Loudoun, so Oakland will gladly accept. This would be the fourth time this season that Oakland has won back-to-back matches. A team that started the year with 8 points out of a possible 30. On pace for 27 out of a possible 39. Since May 18th, to move them from 10th on the table into a tie for second in the Western Conference and 3 points behind New Mexico for the top slot in the West, despite a -7 goal differential that is amongst the worst in the Western Conference. Turner. Excellent balance by the teenager, but too heavy on his touch. Masoso. Rasmussen dances around Williamson. Just sends it out of the park. Well, it's simple math for Oakland. You lead at halftime, you win. This will be a fifth time this season in which they lead at halftime and walk away with the full complement of points. 5 of their 11 wins have come when they've led at halftime. And it's a team that has been notoriously slow starting, but maybe shifting the plot just a little. Into the box this goes. Williamson the initial target. Nobody there to recover the second ball for Loudoun. Masoso. Donaciano. It's taken away. Velo. Nobody in particular. Here's Donaciano. Has Tamakis. It's Brian Tamakis in space. Tamakis blasts one. It comes right back out. What a terrific stop that was in the end from Peru. Francois. He stumbles to the ground. Turner takes this one away. Turner. And there's the full-time whistle. Oakland have won back-to-back matches, matching a season high with 3 goals tonight. The Roots take out Loudoun 3-1.
Professional from front to back for the Oakland Roots. What was going to be the reaction after 2 weeks? Very difficult to get back into rhythm in the game. Gavin Glinton pushing all the right buttons. Fantastic performance to keep all 3 points here in Oakland.
The Roots win it despite their second lowest percentage of possession this year, 36% tonight. But they've now won 8 of the 11 fewest possession matches this year. Final score brought to you by Anthem. Oakland 3, Loudoun 1. We're back to wrap things up from Pioneer Stadium when we return.
Someone so cute be so complicated. Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't mini adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Eating a balanced diet and being physically active are 2 of the most important things you can do to be healthy at any age. Fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins can help control your weight and prevent heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Regular exercise can help boost your mood, digestion, and sleep. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots encourage you to eat right and get active. For additional healthy tips, come visit us at oaklandrootssc.com/anthem.
The final score tonight brought to you by Anthem. Oakland 3, Loudoun 1. Michael Watring, Ricky Lopez Espin and our team tying a bow on our coverage tonight from Oakland. And it was a hot start for the Roots this evening. Neither side was able to find a lot of the ball in that opening 45 minutes of play, but what a pass this set up to be. Off of the giveaway, Johnny Rodriguez, Gagi, and Babukar Jai finishes.
Gagi starts it with picking the pocket of Tommy McCabe, but as he continues his run, just look at Njai getting it on the back post. Fantastic bit of football. Johnny Rodriguez understanding the moment to slow things down to let his center back continue on. And the Oakland Roots, they draw first blood. 1-0 as we come out into the second half. Loudoun United, whatever Ryan Martin said, really struck a chord at this side to get a reaction. They were the better team by far within the first 10 minutes. Point below, gets it off the shoulder, and it's a textbook header. Down into the ground is what you're taught because it's very difficult for a goalkeeper to read the flight. Enough pace, enough power. El Medcar draws one back for Loudoun United.
It's a goal contribution for a 3rd straight game for El Medcar, but it lasted for just 8 minutes. Johnny Rodriguez scores yet again, the 6th match of his last 7 where he's found the net.
Fantastic ball in from Memo Diaz, and that's just a clever finish from Johnny Rodriguez. Wrong foot Peru, no chance. And Gagi yet again, understanding to push the tempo, and look how quickly Trevon Reed sets up his defender. He slows down his feet, takes that horizontal touch to create a little bit of separation, closes up his hips at the last second, sneaks it in to Farouk, and 3 goals for the Oakland Roots. 3 points staying here in Oakland.
The Roots victorious for a second consecutive match. And long ago, those 2 losses, 5-5. How about the night tonight for Loudoun? They get more shots on target. They have more possession, but they only score once and Oakland scores thrice.
I think you look at this Loudoun United side and Ryan Martin, there's going to be a bit of frustration because you have 2 clear-cut opportunities, especially in that first half. If you find the back of net and at least one of them, this game is completely different. Tonight was all about being clinical in both boxes, and the Oakland Roots were just that. And Gavin Glinton has to be a proud manager.
So it's Oakland winning it by a final score of 3-1 tonight. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oakland Roots and Bart want to make sure you get home safely. Visit bart.gov/planner to plan your trip now. It's Oakland 3, winners of back-to-back, as Loudoun falls 3-1 here tonight. For my partner, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and our entire team tonight, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.